Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Justin. Today we're diving into a story filled with mysterious claims of witchcraft, curses, and supernatural influence. But as always, it's important to look at these stories critically and understand what science and medicine actually say. Let's unpack what really might be happening behind this story.
This guy says to my family, no, this is witchcraft. Uthagathiwe umntwana. This thing was placed egeyitini kwagogo. She just had to step on it. Just the right person only the person whose name was mentioned had to step on it, of which it's my name.
The story describes a woman who believes she was bewitched, that something was planted on her gate causing her misfortune. She fell ill with high fever, vomited black material, and eventually needed her foot amputated. Sounds dramatic, right? But what do the facts tell us?
So according to this lady, when she apologizes now later, at a later stage, to my grandmother, she says she was annoyed. She was pissed at my mom. Her life was heading to the right direction and she was not even looking at helping her kids. So the only way to hurt my mother was through me, because I was the only child at the time.
So this happened because of jealousy?
Yeah, so you have to hurt an innocent 11-year-old just because you hate the mother.
First, it's important to recognize that beliefs in witchcraft and curses are deeply rooted in many cultures. These stories often emerge when people face unexplained or severe health issues. While they hold cultural significance, they don't have scientific evidence supporting their supernatural causes.
So remember, now I moved to Joburg at about 7 years old. Then I started school this side. And then when I was 11, I remember what now happened is I came back from school. Went to school, normal day, came back from school with my granny. And then I remember I took a bath, we ate. I remember what we ate that day. It was rice, potatoes, and tin fish. And I went to bed. Now I'm supposed to go to school the following day. And as I slept at about 11 at night, 11 just before midnight, I started shivering. You know when you're coming down with cold? I started shivering, like I was shivering and shivering. I was thinking I'm cold. I kept on pulling the blankets. I'm still feeling cold.
Yeah,
Yes, ndiyakodola. Like I don't understand. I'm thinking it's hot. It was in October. It's not even cold. So I'm calling my grandmother, and my grandmother wakes up. She's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I am cold, and I'm shivering, and it's getting worse, and I'm sweating at the same time." Yeah. There's shivers, and then I'm sweating, and my grandmother's like, "What's happening?" And then she screamed for my mom to call the lady next door, who was a nurse. They called her. When she came, she checked my temperature. She was like, "This is too high. We need to go to the hospital right now."
Yeah.
So as they were calling an ambulance, because obviously we're staying in Loksheni, it's an RTP house, we don't even have a car. No one's going to rush me with a car. So they had to call an ambulance. So as we were waiting for the ambulance, I started throwing up. So I was like, I want to throw up, like, because I'm feeling it. It's coming. They brought a bucket. I started throwing up. And what I was throwing up, it was like some thick black thing, like umtogo, stood right, and then umtogo, and then ube dyed that like pitch black.
That's what you threw up?
Yes, that's what I was throwing up. It was pitch black. So before that came out, firstly, the food that I ate came out. The rice, I could see the rice, the potatoes. You know, when you're throwing up and you just ate that, you will see. And then after that, it was followed by that black, slimy thing. So now my grandmother's asking, "Did you eat anything at the daycare?" I said, "No, we don't eat at the daycare. We just practice and then we leave. It's usually an hour, 30 minutes. We don't stay there that long." So even at school, I ate what I took from home, which is bread. So I don't know what is this black thing that is coming. And it kept on coming and coming and coming. And then the ambulance arrived. As the ambulance arrived,
Let's look at the medical aspects. Vomiting black material, for example, is often caused by gastrointestinal bleeding, sometimes called coffee ground vomit. It's a sign of internal bleeding in the stomach or esophagus, which is a serious emergency. Her claim that she hadn't eaten that day suggests something internal was happening, not something she ingested. Severe infections or trauma can lead to tissue death, which can turn skin and muscles black, a condition called gangrene.
and on this leg, which is amputated from here going down, it turned black, as if I was wearing a boot, like a black boot. That's how my leg and my foot turned.
Are you serious?
It was covered in this blackness. The skin turned black.
Was it swollen?
Yes, definitely. It was swollen. And then those patches that are, they started, sorry, I missed the part. They started being green first, and then the following day they turned black. And as they turned black, they started cracking, like in between a patch, then there's like cracks on it, and then it started dripping water, like I was I don't know how to explain, like a pipe, use a pipe lehamba manzi, and then it's broken, and then water starts dripping in holes. That's what was happening in my legs.
Her description of black cracks and foul-smelling water dripping from her legs is consistent with advanced gangrene, a deadly condition that requires immediate medical attention.
There was water that was dripping in holes, and that water was also black and smelly.
It was not blood.
No, it was not blood.
It
was black,
What?
smelly water. And just imagine this happened like a day ago. So the following day, I'm now smelling black water. Like, you ask yourself, what is going on? Like, what does this even mean? With the smell, though, now I don't remember getting up, but they say I was now in a, there's beds where you put in someone who is mentally unstable. Yeah, because I kept on getting off the bed, looking like that, dripping and smelly and being such a mess. I kept on getting out of the bed and walking around and talking alone. So they ended up putting me in a bed where it was like barricaded so that I can't jump out. Remember, so day 3, that's when I started being in conscious. I can say that I was awake somewhere. On day 3, I remember being awake somewhere, but not at hospital. So where I was awake, it's like I was in a plain white room, plain, like the floor is white, the roof is white, the walls, there is nothing in this room. It's just me and the bed and the plain white room. And now and again, there was a boy that kept on coming and leaving.
Her doctors initially said she was fine but unresponsive. That's common in severe cases where the body is overwhelmed, for example, from infection or shock. When untreated, these conditions worsen, leading to tissue death and, in her case, amputation. Later, she describes waking up in a white room and interacting with a boy inside her head. This sounds like hallucinations, a common symptom in severe illness, neurological disturbances, or delirium. Hallucinations are produced by the brain and are very real to the person experiencing them, but they don't prove the existence of spirits or supernatural entities. In summary, while stories of curses and witchcraft are compelling and culturally significant, the real causes behind her illness are likely medical: severe infection, tissue necrosis, and neurological symptoms from physiological issues. These are well understood conditions that require proper medical treatment. Beliefs and stories are important parts of culture, but when it comes to health, it's crucial to rely on science and medicine. If you or someone you know shows signs of severe illness, seek professional medical help immediately. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more debunking and science-based content. Thanks for watching.